Peace to everybody. This is about Gilroy Garlic Festival gunman referred to might is right. Manifesto before shooting. The gunman who killed 3 people and wounded a dozen more at the Gilroy Garlic Festival in Northern California was an angry 19-year-old who had recently waded into the world of white supremacy. And so the 19-year-old, he waded into the world of white supremacy. So you know how white supremacists are, allegedly hate people, and this is what happened. Santino William Legan, who was shot dead by police Sunday before he could do more damage, posted online about an 1890 racist manifesto, Might is Right or the Survival of the Fittest. NBC News confirmed. Yes, so the NBC News confirmed that there was a post online about an 1890 racist manifesto, Might is Right or the Survival of the Fittest. So that's where Santino William Legan allegedly had joined himself into. Read Might is Right by Ragnar Redbeard. Legan posted on his Instagram page. He then used slurs against mixed race people and misogynistic descriptions of white Silicon Valley workers, complaining about hordes of them overcrowding towns. Yeah, so there's I do believe there is a book called Might is Right by Ragnar Redbeard. Is somewhere around, I don't know where, but you're gonna have to find it. And of course, it has the descriptions of the white Silicon Valley workers complaining about hordes of them overcrowding towns. Why would you have a complaint of overcrowding towns? Just because people like to come and visit and see what's out there, but that does not give him the right to shoot anybody, not even a 6-year-old. Redbeard, which was a pseudonym, argued that only strength and violence determine what is morally right. The work, which is filled with misogynistic and anti-Semitic rhetoric, is a staple among neo-Nazis and white supremacists on extremist sites. So yeah, so the Redbeard thing is everywhere, right? Or it is online somewhere, but I just don't know where, unless you have to buy the book. I don't know. I'm just saying. But what is morally right? The work, which is filled with misogynistic and anti-Semitic rhetoric. It has to do with the neo-Nazis and white supremacists, extremist sites. So that's where Santino Legan got it from. It's the sites that he went to. And the phrase, might is right, is often posted as a sort of motto or catchphrase indicting white supremacy on neo-Nazi extremist forums. Yeah, so the might is right is often posted as a motto or a catchphrase. Indicting white supremacy on neo-Nazi extremist forums. So that's where Santino Legan went to. Excuse me for all this coughing. So Legan was not totally all there, and he's 19 years old, and it's really a shame he had to go to these sites to see what he could find and what group he could join. And of course, he waded himself into that group. Legan was also apparently no fan of the festival, a 3-day food fair that began in 1979 to celebrate the local garlic industry, and which was in walking distance from his home on a tree-lined street in Gilroy. So he was no fan of the festival whatsoever, and it was a 3-day food fair that started Friday all the way up till yesterday. So what he has done is terrible, and of course it was in a walking distance from his home on a tree-lined street in Gilroy, so he wasn't too far from the festival. Garlic Festival time. His post read, "Come get wasted on overpaid," that word I cannot say because I'm too much of a Christian woman. So he said, "Come get wasted on overpaid," and I mean, he was a hateful 19-year-old. He didn't have no remorse for anybody at all for what he has done. Below that was a post from someone named Fort Bordian, which read, "When you get too wasted and accidentally shoot up the festival." Well, in his case, he didn't accidentally shoot up the festival. He did this on purpose because he could not stand, he was no big fan of the festival whatsoever at all. Just who Fort Bordian was remained unclear a day after the nation was left grappling with yet another mass shooting. This one claimed the lives of a 6-year-old Stephen Romero, a 13-year-old girl, and a man in his 20s. The names of the other two victims were not released. So yeah, the other two victims' names are not released. But Stephen Romero, who was 6 years old, he was shot in the back, and he died minutes later after all the shooting that happened. Investigators also said they were looking into reports that Ligon might have an accomplice, but said that had not been confirmed. They said the AK-47 style assault rifle Ligon used in the shooting was purchased July 9th in Nevada. So he went all the way to Nevada to get this AK-47 style assault rifle. And of course, them kind of guns are banned in California for a reason. So he went all the way to Nevada, got this AK thing, and then went all the way back to California. And of course, they're checking in to see if he had an accomplice right along with him. We don't have a motive for the shooting as yet. Gilroy Police Chief Scott Smitty said during a press conference. So there's no motive for the shooting, but they're still looking into it as to find out why this happened. Ligon was from a family of boxers. He was coached along with his brothers by their father Tom. Yeah, so he came from a family of boxers, and he was trained with his brothers and their fathers. Neighbors said the family converted its garage into a boxing gym, and the boys were often seen sparring with each other. Yeah, so the neighbors, they said that the garage was converted into a boxing gym, and of course, the brothers would be sparring with each other. And of course, here's the 19-year-old who shot the 6-year-old boy in the back. And this is one hateful person ever. And this is from his high school yearbook of this photo. I mean, look at him. He is just have no remorse. He doesn't care about nothing. I mean, he waded himself into the white supremacy group. Really? Come on. He should have known better than that. But no. "I'm so confused and hurt for the parents to go through this," said Ela Scattrini, 65, who lives 2 doors away and teaches Spanish at Gilroy High School. Yes, so the woman who teaches Spanish, she is confused and hurt for the parents to go through this. She doesn't know what to think of this now because of what he has done to people. He killed 3, injured 12 others. Some had to go for surgery. Some were treated and released for non-gun things. And it's just terrible. Scattrini said Ligon just graduated from high school and described the family as friendly and polite. Alright, so he just graduated from high school. Alright. Then he described his family as friendly and polite. Alright, so if the family is friendly and polite, then why is he so hateful towards everybody? Just because people were at the festival, and he's got to put hate on that because, I mean, people were celebrating the Garlic Festival thing. Police on Monday could be carrying several bags of evidence out of the family home and searching a car parked outside. Yeah, so there was bags of evidence that were being carried out of the home. The parked car was being searched outside as well. This was not the first time the Ligon family has found itself in the crosshairs of a police investigation. So this is not the first time. So whatever Ligon went through, he might have done this before, maybe. I don't know, but this is a tragic thing for what he has gone through. Ligon's grandfather, Thomas Ligon, was a Santa Clara County supervisor running for re-election in 1988 when he was accused of molesting one of his daughters 6 years earlier. So you got Ligon's grandfather. He was running for re-election in 1988. And of course he got accused of molesting one of his own daughters 6 years earlier. But, I mean, come on, really? You're going to start accusing people now of stupid crap now? Thomas Ligon, who died last year, insisted he was innocent and maintained his ex-wife had manipulated the girl into making a false accusation. A jury agreed and found him not guilty after 6 days of deliberations. Yeah, so Thomas Ligon died last year. His ex-wife manipulated the daughter, saying that he sexually abused the daughter, and that was a lie because the ex-wife, I guess, was jealous or something. I don't know. Maybe Thomas Ligon had another wife, maybe. I don't know. But it took 6 days of deliberations to find him not guilty. Rep. Dan Lipinski said he and his wife Judy were in the crowd Sunday when the shots rang out. Yeah, so Dan and his wife Judy were in the crowd Sunday when the shots rang out. So I cannot imagine how things like this can happen. The shooter was not far from us as we heard the loud pops, which seemed to get closer as we ran, the congressman said in a statement. Yeah, so the shooter was not very far. They maybe inches away or something, and of course, and it got closer as they ran. The Gilroy Garlic Festival is one of the county's best-known food festivals and has been held for 41 years. It draws hundreds of thousands of paying visitors every year. So the Gilroy Garlic Festival has been celebrating the food festivals for 41 years, and I commend them for them, hands down, to the Garlic Festival. They have been doing this for a very, very long time. The focus of the festival is garlic flavored food, from garlic bread and calamari to ice cream and frog legs. And some people even show their fondness for the plant by wearing garlic-shaped hats. Alright, so the focus of the festival had to do with garlic flavored food like garlic bread, calamari, ice cream. I can't imagine garlic flavored ice cream. I really can't. There is no way I can imagine that. Frog legs, definitely not either. That is sickening. I wouldn't even try that either. They also have been wearing garlic shaped hats as well. The festival made several changes this year to try to reverse a recent 20% decline in audience. Gilroy Life, a local lifestyle publication, reported last week. The changes included adding a concert by singer-songwriter Colby Khaled and an appearance by celebrity chef Tom Colicito. Yeah, so there was going to be a lot of they had made several changes this year to reverse a 20% decline, and so they and like hundreds of thousands of people have showed up there for the last for 3 days for the Garlic Festival. The festival is run primarily by volunteers and much of the money goes to local charities. Yeah, so all the money that is made, it goes to the local charities. And nothing is wasted. It doesn't go anywhere else but those charities. It's been able to supply money for all groups, whether it's the little kids swimming team or the high school football team, said Alex Larson, 57, who owns the garlic shop in Gilroy with his brother. Yes, so there was all the supply money for all the groups, whether it's the little kids swimming team or the high school football team, and that's where all the money goes to. And of course, Alex Larson, who is 57, he owns the garlic shop in Gilroy with his brother. Now, I don't know who his brother is, but they both own the shop together. Larson said the festival is so central to the community that people will rally behind it rather than letting the shooting mar its reputation. Yeah, so while the festival is central to the community, people will rally behind it. And I don't know what kind of rallies they do, but they do. Then letting the shooting mar its reputation. If it were a festival that someone was profiting from, it would be completely different, but this is a festival that everyone profits from, he said. Next year, he said, people are going to show up and it's going to be better. Yeah, so everybody profits from the festival. And he said next year that it's going to be better, after people are showing up. And of course, it would be completely different, but this is a festival that everyone profits from. People in Gilroy were using the hashtag Gilroy Strong on social media on Monday, echoing a saying that became popular in Boston after the marathon bombing there in 2013. Yeah, so the Gilroy, they have been using the hashtag Gilroy Strong on social media on today, echoing saying that it became popular in Boston after that shooting in 2013. But what Ligon had done, I am so shocked by what he did to the 6-year-old boy, and that was wrong of him to do that. And now the investigators, or I should say the police, have shot him dead. And of course, Ligon was 19 years old when he killed 3 people and injured 12 others. Leave your comments below. I am out.